January 23rd, 2020 video update or webcast. We have a lot going on. Flint League, the 77's going great. Basically, we have a couple spots left. You can drop in for a $25 drop-in. Get the scrimmage and play, 2 hours of lacrosse. That's over at Dordt Federal Event Center in Flint. So that's been fun. The box that we have going on, went through 1 week. That's on Sundays in Ann Arbor. That was fun. Played goalie for the boys. Basically, we need some more high schoolers, so that's a $20 cash drop-in. The first hours from 1:30 to 2:30 is for high school, and then 7th and 8th from 2:30 to 3:30. Had more for them, so that was people, so they got to play full field. That was a great time. So still could take drop-ins for the 7th and 8th grade session as well. So get out, play box lacrosse for an hour, have some fun, go from there. A couple updates for ants. We have a couple spots left. That's been posted on the website. It's been posted in the newsletters. Just looking for last spots for a couple. High school's almost full. Going to start working on laying out the white team if we can make that happen. So basically for the U16 white team, we'll be starting to email everyone next week and trying to see what the best layout for what they're looking for. Yeah, so a lot going on with that, and then we're getting closer to filling up the last couple of youth spots, and then we'll look to do our just summer teams for the youth orange. So I'll be sending out emails as well of that in the next probably 2 weeks for that, and go from there. There's a lot going on. This week we're trying to work on getting the hotel block, working to see if I can get it all done by tomorrow, and then we'll post that in the Facebook group and send that out in an email. That should, if we don't get everything, we'll at least get whatever we can out by Friday. At least get you guys started on hotels. The blocks won't close. They all change depending on how the hotels are set up. But you have probably until at least early April, end of March to do that, so you have time. But want to make sure we can get those rooms taken care of for summer. The people that have accepted spots that have not got payments taken care of, either working to get a check-in or the online payments, you guys got to get that done. I will be getting with you starting next week. If that's not taken care of, we'll look to fill those spots and go from there. So I don't want to get to that point, but been pretty lenient with that. But it's also, at this point, there's just so much else or other things to do that I want to make sure that that's done. So if you have any questions, if you're one of those guys, let me know. So if you don't know, you should be in TeamSnap, on a team, on the roster. If that's not the case, if you just signed up, you haven't completed the process if you're not on a roster for the spring and summer teams. Yeah, the last thing it's just to make this one short, is winter training. Winter training, that one that we have in Fenton is a 2-hour blocks. We have 4 sessions. Session 1 is U10 and U12 from noon until 2. We have 13 to 14 from 2 until 4. We have open high school and U16 orange from 4 to 6 p.m. And then our U16 black, U18 and 2020 ants, those are from 6 to 8 p.m. Numbers are, for how we're doing at half field this year compared to full field, are a little down. But honestly, it's about reps. So the spring season and seasons are on the corner, and you can drop in for $30 cash to those. But I know we have, it seems like this year more than any year, we have a ton of multi-sport athletes, which is great. It's great. But I also want you to keep your stick in your hands. So those guys that are playing multi-sports need to make sure they're coming when they can, or making arrangements to get, to see me, to see what other options you have, because you want to have that stick in your hand before the season starts. Very important. I also think that as a whole, we've been doing, the reps have been good, but we want to continue to push to another level for each player. So just listening and being told needs to be just phase 1. You need to work to apply, ask questions. How can I get through some of the problems I'm having so I can get the next? I constantly hear it year after year that, like we always will, stress working on our offhand. It seems like, for every player it's different, whether it's high school, maybe it's in 7th, 8th, depending on when you start with us. Understanding the benefit of using your offhand and how that can take your game to another level is very important. So getting through practice reps and getting a lot has been great. I know, like we during the Tuesday night shootings, open the clinics from 6 to 7:30 p.m. You know, I was talking with one of the guys. I'll bet you they got roughly, depending on the youth, not as much, but the high schoolers probably got anywhere, depending on the number of reps, between. It's hard to guess. You know, it's not like I'm counting reps for every kid, but somewhere between 400 and 500 reps of shots. And that's a lot. You know, I know that some of our older players their offhands are getting way better in those shooting sessions because they, you know, were working on their offhand a lot. So if not, our youth are still dialing in their strong hand, and then they're focusing on their offhand a little bit. So want to make sure we're taking advantage of the situations that we're trying to provide. So, you know, there's a lot to be said about taking action, but, you know, it's up to you. You know, it's easy to say later, you know, in spring season, oh, I'm not ready, I didn't do enough, and look back. But you guys have opportunities. Try to take advantage of as many opportunities as you can. And that's what we're looking forward to. That's the kind of guys that are in our program. We want guys that want to be told to work, you know, like on their weaknesses, and that just makes them a better player. So we got some cool things lined up for training this week. This week we have Coach Holtz coming back, who's, you know, out at Michigan State, so he's going to be running the high school sessions, and then our, you know, travel team coaches are still running the youth sessions. So looking forward to that. Have a great rest of your week, and if you have any questions, don't be afraid to let me know. Or if you want to bring someone to, like, some buddies that are getting into lacrosse, have them come. There's opportunities to play lacrosse, and that's what we're trying to do and try to grow the game. So I need your help. Pass that along, and have a good week.